Nice.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to a season 13 game of the top 32 cuts. We have Fredrik versus Leif, aka Suzumi Kazo. Fredrik is playing on the red side. It looks like he's bringing Wakanda, Red Skull, Cabal, combination. I actually no, it looks like it's just Wakanda here. And he's bringing Rhino with Red Skull and Beta Ray Bill, Amazing Spider Man, and it looks like it's a very scenario focused team here. And on the other side, we are seeing a what are we seeing? We're seeing a Spider-Man
Cool.
Web Warriors with Thanos and Zemo and Red Skull. So there's like a little bit of a Cabal Master of the World Web Warrior hybrid here. All right, yeah. So that's pretty exciting. They've both got pretty um, interesting crises on them. All right, I'm going to let them know we're live, but joining me on commentary is Huggy Bear. How's it going?
Hey, Lucas. I'm doing very well, thanks. And nice to be on stream with you. I've never been that before.
Yeah, that's really cool. I am for anyone watching. I Norbert was unable to catch a game this in this round of the cuts, and so I knew that everyone would be missing you, and so I'm very glad to get you on. And on top of that, Frederick is from Sweden, and you're from Sweden, and Leaf is from Canada, and I'm from Canada. So it's a really cool synergy, or I don't know what to
Yeah,
say.
nice
It's awesome.
symmetry there.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I saw Fredrik 2 weeks ago, actually, in Stockholm at an event where he was playing something similar to this roster, but not exactly. It looks like I don't think he was running T'Challa 2 on that one. Looks rather violent, I have to say, with
Yeah,
Red Skull in there and Killmonger. Yeah, and Rhino on top of that. Will be interesting to see what team he whips out.
yeah, he's
And I
got
mean, Suzume is known for having at least three affiliations in each of his rosters, right?
he does that a lot, yeah. So I think he's
The,
changing things up by only going a dual, right? Unless I'm seeing is there a triple here that I'm not seeing?
I think there's Web Warriors, Shield, and Cabal.
Where's Oh yeah, because we have Spider Woman
Spider
and
Woman
Fury and
and
Thanos could
Parker,
Oh, and
Peter
Parker.
Parker.
Yeah, you're right. There's yeah, and he brought Eye in the Sky, which is a card that's often
Yeah,
used in Shield. Wow, all
there it
right.
is.
Very fun, very fun. Yeah. And interesting changeup
The
though.
king of splashes.
He was running an A Force Kingpin Hellfire triple recently. I think in his Swiss league plus other online events. So um, yeah, actually yeah. So it's he just pivoted to a completely different triple affiliation roster. Very fun.
For sure, for sure.
All right, yeah. So what do you think? Okay, so all right, we've got
What?
Cosmic Invasion and Paranoia. And
Ooh,
what do you think of
meaty
this?
one.
16 points.
I mean, the classic Wakanda build at 16 on Paranoia is obviously the Panther 1 Shuri Okoye Beta Ray Bill Black Cat team. Frederick certainly has that available. It's really, really strong. Gives you multiple mid grabbers with, I mean, all three of Bill, Black Cat, and Black Panther 1 can mid grab and retreat to safety there. Um, so he will be in a good position. Do we know who has Prio, by the way?
Okay, so the looks like the roll
Frederick.
shows Frederick getting priority
Yeah.
here.
Okay. Yeah. So then he's in a great position to take two extracts and be safe, and then have the rest of the round to position around the secures. Since I assume that Leaf will also be gunning for the other two extracts.
Yeah. Uh, this is a wider secure and a high scoring extract. So I think that both players are going to be playing um, like five wide or four, like maybe four, but with four wide and four extracts. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like that you can't pick up together. It just really it puts a lot of pressure on attrition if you do go with a lower activation count than your opponent.
The Fredrik's team is certainly easier to predict than Suzume's. I have no idea what he's going to bring out. It can be anything from three wide with Thanos to like some sort of wide Web Warriors team. Really,
So I think that he plays Fury a lot. I think he's probably played Fury Junior more than anyone else in the like in these online events, or I don't know. So I don't know how much he plays in person, but like I'm gonna suspect, and like it allows him to basically double grab. Um,
yep.
on his turn means so that means that he's by doing that and going second on this mission, what that means is that you're controlling what the last extract is that can be picked up, which means you can maybe force more pressure on that in that spot. But
Yeah,
also,
and with
yeah,
priority, you can get a 3-1 if you can find some decent cover position for Fury himself to be in. Um, because with Eye in the Sky, he's often able to. You basically need to one shot him for him not to be able to get away.
yeah. The we saw Leif play Nick Fury against Deaton in the season 11 finals. He put Nick Fury right on the midpoint on Spider
Yep,
Infected, but he had a car
I
there to
remember
protect
that
him.
game.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, and that was Fury in Convocation. So he's played a lot of Fury, but less often in Shield actually.
that's a good point. Yeah, yeah, you're right. He's and in this case, yeah, let's see if he brings Spider Woman and Peter Parker, and
Yep.
or if he pivots to something else. Very very interesting.
I
Yeah,
bet he has a lot of fun when he's building his rosters.
yeah. Actually, that's it's funny. There's a little bit of like behind the scenes here. We're preparing for our Canada versus USA little 1 day event we had back in December, and
Ah, good time
uh,
for a rematch.
so it was really he was building his roster, and or we were trying to figure out who does what, right? So we got like slot in, like I get my characters like Nick and Curtis, or like or whoever Vince is like locking their characters, and then Leaf is like, all right, I've got he's something like I've got 10 different rosters, and like 8 of them are viable based on the characters available. Like he just like uh he's definitely one of those players who will likes to think about all the different roster builds and building rosters and uh and trying different things. So it's it was like a little bit like, whoa, like I thought I was kind of crazy with building rosters, but Leaf is he's on another level.
Yeah, for sure. You never know what he's gonna bring.
Yeah. Let's see. Frederick. Frederick actually eliminated me from a cut match in a. It was a timelines, the new timelines event where
Hmm.
you play 3 to 6 rounds of Swiss, and then you make it to a cut. And I had to play Frederick in the top 8 of the cut, and he got me. So that's they're both very good players. I don't know if beating me is like a metric at all, but they've both done it. So yeah, I'm excited to see how
Frederick
this
is
goes.
a player that, as far as I know, he doesn't have a lot of time to like grind games, but he thinks about the game a whole lot, and he's real sharp on a theoretical level, so to speak.
Okay, so let's see what
Um,
we got here. We got the rosters out. So let's see. Frederick is running Black Panther, the OG, Shuri, Okoye, and he's splashing in Beta Ray Bill and Black Cat with Wakanda Forever, Mission Objective, Advanced R&D, Spirit of Wakanda, and Brace for Impact. On the other
very
side,
classic.
yeah, that's a strong team. All right, so we have Web Warriors here. Miles is the leader with Spider Woman and Peter Parker, Black Cat, and Baron Zemo. All webbed up. I am a Baron. Brace for impact. Fallback. Mission objective. Yeah,
I
this is
really
great.
like that team.
Yeah, I like both of these teams. They're very scenario focused. Very cool. I'm uh Oh, Patrick in the chat saying, I'm 100% against you too, Lucas. Nice, awesome. I think you're meaning to say like you beat me every time we played. Have you played me? Maybe you haven't played me. I've played a lot of games, so there we go. Oh, and oh, yeah. All right, we'll have to play a game, and someone's O will have to go. All right, so we have deployment here. I'm sure that we're gonna see a couple models in the middle, a couple models on the flanks. But this is gonna be pretty interesting. Is there any pairings here that are like um, that you wouldn't want to do, wouldn't want to see? I mean,
I
it looks like
mean, I mean, there are. Bill has a size for throw, and there are no models capable of throwing terrain on Leaf's side. So that would somehow maybe indicate that you want Bill on the southern side of the table where there's more terrain, perhaps. Um, or he's just disregarding the attrition side and just going for blitz scoring, basically. But he has to, given the fact that he wants to play Spirit of Wakanda early, we have to assume he's going to have to bunch up slightly more than Suzume.
that's very fair. So the one thing that caught my eye is, of course, Black Cat, and we've got both teams having re-rolling characters, right? With Black Panther and Baron Zemo. So I guess like in a world where you get to choose your matchups, neither of those players would want their re-rolling character to have to go against Black Cat. But yes, you're
Mm.
right. Wakanda has to kind of start all clumped up, but the benefit they get from the Spirit of Wakanda card here, I'll pop it up here, is significant. Every character is going to get an extra 2 power other than the character that plays the card. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and they are very fast, and we there's also the aspect that I know that Fredrik has only been playing Wakanda for a number of weeks, so he might not be as fine-tuned with all the Wakanda shenanigans that we're seeing everywhere these days. But so far, he seems to be on top of things.
yeah. The all right, this is exciting. Let's see what Leif does with this team. I don't know how much Web Warriors he plays. I think he's played a few games though. Recently, I was like creeping his Longshanks game history a couple weeks ago. I think yeah, but he's actually, you know what? I just saw recently he has this badge on Longshanks called it's like master collector or something like that. But what that means is that he has logged a game with every single affiliation at least once. And I don't think I'd seen that badge before, but Leaf is the one who has it right now. I mean, like I think anyone can get it, but just the fact that he has that badge means, yeah, it
Yeah,
really
I mean, if
shows.
anyone's going to get that, it's certainly Leaf.
Okay, yeah. So let's see. We've got a couple more deployments here. We've got clocks. This round does have a does have 1 hour clocks on both sides, and so if you run out of time, you lose the match. But typically, we don't see that unless it's a very low scoring mission and with lots of activations. So I don't expect that to be an issue here. So let's see if that comes up at all.
Yeah, I mean, these are two very scoring-oriented teams, I'd say. So, um, I mean, the likelihood is that we see 4 rounds, but um, things can happen to make it three only. If someone pulls off a really awesome steal or something like that. Um, but 9 points is the most you can theoretically score in 1 round here, which is a lot. But there are even faster crisis combinations. So as long as they keep parity on extracts, um, we might see an sort of steady flow of points. I mean, five, quite easy to get five. Um, with 2 extracts, the bonus point, and then 2 secure points, which makes it possibly not that hard to go to 10 points before round 3, and then maybe you only need to steal 1. Yeah, we'll see. May very well be a 3-round game.
Yeah, let's see if anyone if that happens. We've got Bill activating first here. He's the one who played advanced R&D, and he gave a power to Shuri, who played Spirit of Wakanda and triggered that extra 2 power to everyone else. And now we've got Bill double walking. He's got the power to negate the paranoia damage. So he's going to pick up the paranoia. He would normally take 1 damage for picking it up without being within 2 of another character, a friendly character. But Bill can pay 1 power to reduce any type of damage down to 0, or like with no minimum. And so therefore he's on the point, looking pretty good. And also, like, this is why this is strong too, and Bill is a really strong character here, is because typically if you do any sort of shenanigans with Bill on round 1, you're out of power, and therefore you don't have enough power online for your throw next turn in round 2. But with this extra power he just got, he's going to be at 3 power no matter what next round. Or the only yeah, I think so, right? I mean, you could stun him, I guess.
Exactly that.
But
Yeah.
but that's not. I don't think that's going to happen this round. So he's going to be set up well to just double move and displace, or he could do a spender. Like, he's got lots of options on round 2. That's why this him in here is really strong.
Yeah, like you said, the only way of stopping him from having his throw online next round is stunning him, and that ship just sailed because Spider-Woman moved to the other side of the table.
Yeah, Patrick noticing. Go ahead.
Spider-Woman is the only character that can stun on Suzume's side.
Yeah. Patrick in the chat saying more paranoia games lately. Yeah, I've noticed that too. I've noticed that like half of the games I've streamed in the last week are on paranoia. There's it's just like it's the favored crisis of the week, I guess. The one thing that Fredrik has going for him, or like one thing that could put Leif in a tight spot, is that Black Cat has 3 power, which is enough for her steal. So I think what we could see is she's going to like double walk to within range 1 of a character holding a paranoia closer to the end of the round, and then on top of the round he's just going to activate the steal and move away and rotate away. And
yep.
So
she can do that, or she can just use her grappling hook to have a mid grab and be safe.
Oh, that's very fair. I didn't think about that option as well. I see. Like, I have
but it
not
looks
played
like
Wakanda.
he's using Panther for that purpose.
Yeah,
you can also achieve that with 3 power.
I have not seen this, so this is new to me. This was like catching me off guard. I didn't even think that was I didn't think of this line here.
It's a really strong team. It has three potential mid grabs. With the Beta Ray Bill, if he brings ice on the price, which he didn't. But Panther can pounce short to reach the mid line with a long move, and then Black Cat can do the same with grappling hook.
Yeah.
But as you said, she's certainly in a position where she can do an early steal round 2 to try and gain a more than 10 points bottom top of 3. So setting up for a round 3 closing of the game.
Yeah, so I think that Suzumi probably I would assume that he knows that this pressure exists. I mean, like he's got a Black Cat right there that can't do the things that Fredericks can do. So I'm sure he's going to react in a way that tries to prevent all of these this pressure from taking over the game.
Yeah, there's an interesting dynamic here that the new Wakandans with the Spirit of Wakanda shenanigans are like super strong early game, whereas Web Warriors has always been this affiliation that are power starved at the beginning and then build up power over the course of the game to be really strong by the near the end of it. So it would most likely be in Suzumi's interest to keep the game, to keep the scoring as slow as possible for the time being.
Okay, he's setting up Baron Zemo to be right against this pillar. It's going to prevent the push from Shuri from displacing him too much. It looks like Shuri would have to really take a um, a much deeper angle on the attack, but I don't know if that's possible with the terrain. So he's looking to keep Baron Zemo in the action here for next
Yeah,
round.
so prevent Shuri from messing with the keep a character within 2 bonus point dynamic. And there's also the aspect that uh, the all but 2 characters on Suzume's side have stealth. It's only Zemo and Spectacular Spider-Man who doesn't.
Right, so that is definitely gonna slow down Shuri's any sort of displacement output that she could provide.
Yep. She's certainly not in her best. It's certainly not the best situation for her, although she can still contribute in various ways.
Okay, so looks like Leif might be taking a damage here from this 6 dice attack. It has a maximum damage of 1, but he looks like it's blocked. I was thinking about like, oh man, it's gonna be tight. Like Baron Zemo's already taken 2 damage, but he does have his card. I am a Baron after all, which can
Yep.
heal him, or like it has a bunch of different things. It's very similar to Spirit of Wakanda, but it's based on round um, instead of just like the flat 2 power that Spirit of Wakanda gives you.
Yep. And that's enough to he can start round 2 with 4 power with that card to do his charge with Master Swordsman, which can really start to get his pain train going.
So he didn't take a damage here, so I think he'd be in a. I think he would only get 3. He'd only be at 3, right? Because he's gonna have. Um,
Yeah. That's when you. That's not in this particular case. It's
oh,
when
I
you
see what you're saying.
conserve the.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. If he didn't interact with the object, or if he took a damage there from Shuri, um, to replace the power he just spent.
Looks like Suzume was eyeing a potential webline kick at Bill, but Bill has positioned himself in such a way that it's going to be hard to throw him off the point. Plus, the aggressive makes it even harder. So,
Yeah. So it looks like. So the key thing here is you want. Your spider people are all pretty maneuverable. They've got these little jumps and things like that, and Zemo has a charge. So you really, the the mission here, the secure. If you roll a crit or a wild, if you're within 1 of it at the beginning of the round, you get displaced. Your opponent gets to push you short in any direction. You also gain 2 power for that happening to you. So the spider people would, in most cases, would love to get pushed. And because they that getting that power boost turns on their steals and all of that. So we're gonna see if that has any impact in the on round 2.
yep. I think Suzume's plan here for the Southern Secure is to just put Miles on it and have 2-1 against Bill. I don't think Black Cat is able to. Frederick's Black Cat is able to reach it.
Yeah.
She could engineer the a similar situation on the Northern Secure, though,
Yeah. So then, but
making
we
it
have a
2-2.
Black Cat. So I think the question is, are we going to see him do the? Yeah, I was going to say a 4 dice attack,
Yep,
and then it's going to gain him power, and he
reach
lets it
for the
lets him
wild.
web swing. Yeah, he could displace a Quay, which would be big for winning this top secure.
Yep.
Oh, he just blanks out. All right. Yeah.
But this, however, forces Miles to move to the home secure, unless he wants to leave that open, which would put us in a 2-2 situation.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, let's see where Black Hat goes. But
Yep.
Black Hat, like, do you think he puts Miles on the bottom and then Black Hat goes the top, and like Black Hat's gonna go the top here and go within one of Jess?
Yeah, I think, yeah, exactly. I think so because um, the countermeasure that Suzume has for this is to try to create pressure somewhere else on the board, and there are like two potential places for that. Either it's um, threatening Bill with his own Black Cat, but he's only gonna be at 2 power beginning next round, so the steel's not gonna be online, at least not without making an attack, and then that's gonna keep her in place, and Bill's gonna have the possibility to retaliate. The other thing is for Simo to move in and try to kill Shuri, which he is quite capable of, and that just keeping the number of activations down for Fredrik. I guess Simo could go for Bill as well, but that one is way more dicey.
Yeah. I like Miles going down here to the bottom, and that way both players only win one secure overall, and it just keeps the game
Yeah,
tied. And so being tied
exactly.
against the that opening turn on Wakanda, it just feels like a good spot.
Yep, I agree. It's better for Suzume to keep things level at a lower score. I mean, he's I think the player that will benefit most from having a fourth round this game.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so looks like we're scoring 2 points for the extracts, plus they both are going to get the bonus, with Jessica and Spectacular earning that bonus. So that's 3, and they get 1 secure each, so 4-4. It looks like the round. Where's the fourth Paranoia? Oh, they got it all now. Yeah, they just fixed that.
Yeah, it's camouflaged against the Spirit of Wakanda card. It's on Bill.
Yeah, I think the overlay wasn't capturing it like 30 seconds ago. I think they
Right.
fixed it. Um, okay. Yeah, the all right, so let's see how these cosmic portals roll coming to this one.
Fredrik forgot to score points.
Oh yeah, that's a um yeah, I'll mention that to them.
Yeah, one of them lazy Stockholm people who don't have their own
Okay,
tokens.
got it. He got it. He got it. He got it as I typed it. So, jeez, Louise. All right. Okay. It makes it easier to win. Yeah, if you're Leaf, if your opponent forgets to yeah. Lazy Stockholm people. Oh yeah, I heard. I was talking to Frederick before the game, and he was saying that you guys are in different parts of Sweden.
Yeah, it's basically uh, 60 European miles apart. So it's like a 4 hour train ride to Stockholm from where I'm sitting.
Ah, okay. All right. They're gonna roll here.
But we're yeah.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I'm only 30 minutes away from the WTC venue.
Oh, that's pretty nice. Are you guys is Sweden kind of like arranging the teams again? Are you going to be the defending champions returning?
Yeah, we most certainly will be going with the same team again. Sort of feels like an obligation almost. No, no, but we're happy to do it, and of course we're gonna try and defend the title, but it's gonna be really really tough, I expect.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's very cool.
So is this the Black Cat steal that you anticipated?
Let's see. This is the we're still rolling on the cosmic portals.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, now with up to 64 players playing in the WTC coming up in October, it's like mathematically your odds are a little harder to win this time. So so more glory to the person the team that ends up getting the victory at the end.
yeah, and we're gonna be the team to beat. So everyone's gonna be on their toes against us. So I expect us to have a rough time. Ooh, this is interesting. Black Cat got pushed, and then that means that he was fed extra power.
That's right. Yep. And now Miles looks like the last roll, but that's interesting because now she gets that 2 power Spirit of Wakanda extra power. You know what I mean? It's like now
Yeah,
there's a little bit of a even. It's a little bit of a mirror here with these black hats both having enough juice to steal.
exactly. So now she could potentially activate last, just move up to Bill and take his disturbance off him.
Yeah. That's really interesting that it ends up in this situation. That's like the best. It's like the best possible outcome for Leaf on this
Yeah.
opening. Like one of, or I guess like yeah, it was just really helpful for him to maintain an even score in round two. Let's see what's so now that this is happening though, does like Fredrik change what he's doing? It looks like he is. He would have opened with a Black Cat steal here, but he's questioning. It looks like he's thinking about a bill activation.
Yeah, maybe he's also worried about what Simo might do. Um, Even if it's dicey to go for a daze on Bill, it's, I mean, Simo hits hard enough that you have to worry about him. I mean, there's always this mathematical conundrum where, I mean, a plan can be like not secure enough for you to pursue it, but it can be the odds can be good enough that your opponent has to take it into consideration, so to speak. So it becomes like Schrodinger's plan or whatever.
I get it. That's really interesting. That's very cool. I like the idea here. It reminds me of like having deception. It's like imagine having deception in your tactic cards, but forgetting you have it, but your opponent knows you
Yeah.
have it, and it's like they're like their mind is melting over all the different traps they're about to fall in, and you just have this one game plan. It's like, all right, I'm just gonna do this next turn no matter what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same with Brace, really. It's a card that has the most effect before it's even played.
That's very fair.
Wonder what's Frederick's doing. Is he maybe trying to throw Simo or something?
Yeah, he's looking to just definitely
Yeah.
rotate out of
Ah,
there.
it looks like he wants
Oh,
to try and kill Simo even by
yeah.
throwing a big size terrain into him.
Oh, it looks like that.
But he
I
does
think
have Brace though, so
looks like he's gonna set up the brace being played. He's gonna hopefully that's gonna give him some impact with Panther later in the game. And Bill will get a next round. You might as well get brace out of the way, top of round two, I guess, and
yep,
then you can just start throwing everything else on the board in rounds three and
exactly.
four.
So what are the sizes of the? Is it a size 4 and a 3
So these
left?
are two
With the
threes,
uh, two threes. All right,
and up here is a size four. I don't know. I don't think it'll come into
right.
play, but you never know.
Yeah, and other than that, it's just twos and ones, I guess.
Yes, these pillars are size two, and we got little corals on the ground that are size one.
Yep, right.
Okay, so now the thing that I was worried about for Zemo is that like he's on the midline, and he had already taken a point of damage. I was worried about like him potentially going down. So it's like, does he wait one more? Panther doesn't have enough power to pounce here, so he so maybe he's safe, but it's just like he's like right. I feel like he's just so vulnerable sitting in the middle of the board.
Yeah. Um, this bill move by Frederick certainly made it harder for Suzumi's Black Cat to do that last activation steal because she's not going to reach him without using grappling hook, and that would bring her to 2 power and not be able to afford the steal as things are now.
Yeah. So
So yeah.
it
On the
means
other hand,
that
he can do the same type of move here by getting his Spider Woman away from Frederick's Black Cat.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Um, Whoever has last activation here in general is going to like be able to like get that slow rotate out a little better.
Yeah,
So any sort of
you get
vulnerabilities.
to put the final touch to the scoring,
Exactly.
basically. It's
Exactly.
I mean it should always be worth at least one victory point to have the last activation.
That I see that. I have not thought about that before in that way, but that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so let's see. Looks like he's doing that to keep the extract. So now nobody on the top section has an extract here. Peter is looking to maybe survive and then use the um, gain a couple of points of power and then use his 3 cost throw to displace a character. Maybe winning that top point is like the long term potential there.
I mean, he can potentially displace three characters in one activation if he's lucky with his wilds.
That is true. Yes. The yeah. All right, they're kind of in a little stalemate here with so this is what you want if you're the player that's going last and you've got even activations, you kind of want to constantly put your opponent in like a stalemate where like they need to engage on you but they don't have any goods, they have nothing that's like actively optimal or like obviously strong.
Yeah. At this point, I think it would be really good for Frederick to try and daze a character of the Zumate, which would swing the last activation over to him.
Yes.
Um, Best position to do that is, I guess, Panther here, going after Stemo, but he's got to move to attack, and then he is probably the character that would have been the best last activation anyway. Uh, we should not forget about Wakanda Forever, though.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, it would allow him Panther to double move onto a different secure and then pay his 1 power that he has to be able to get a displacement that it's easy to forget about that card, or like
exactly.
there's so many different ways you can utilize it that it can really catch someone off guard. Okay, looks like Okoye, he's put Okoye within one of that secure. And yeah, so let's see what Leif does now about that. By keeping spectacular on that top point, it means that Black Hat leaving isn't is just like you're sacrificing a VP on that side. I think
Yep.
that yeah, I think that putting
And
pressure on Shuri here.
even by leaving her there, there's still a big
Yeah,
chance he gets displaced. He's he's gonna. Frederick is at some point gonna have a sort of lackluster activation, whereas Suzume has to try and make the most out of his.
yeah. I mean I think we could see an I am a Baron card play here into an
Yep.
attack into an attack from Shuri into Shuri just to like weaken her up for Miles to maybe like or like just even have the threat of Miles taking her activation off, and
Yep.
then just retreating to where Miles is, just to like have the two characters on the secure, and that way like Black Cat could rotate to that secure as well. And like Panther
Yep.
can't then like it's a problem because like Panther can't even go over there because Black Cat will literally just walk over and take his piece. So
Exactly.
Panther's kind of locked into where he is, unfortunately. Um, Maybe
Yeah, and
yeah.
I mean, all Simo has to do with his first attack into Shuri is generate 2 power, and then he will have enough power to do the steel rush and get a second attack, while still reaching the southern secure here.
Yeah, and that by doing that too, that you're also locking in that the bonus point that you don't that Leaf currently does not have set up yet. So it looks
Yep.
like Leaf's opting to
Yeah,
go with
because you
spectacular.
have to be non-dazed to count for that.
Okay, so he's looking to go with spectacular, and he's gonna be the plan here is to displace Okoye off the point, and then
Ooh, did not
probably
expect this.
flipping back onto the point. Yeah, I didn't see this coming either, but let's see if it pays off for him. All right, no wild, and she's doing her reroll. Oh, I think Fredrik forgot to use Okoye's innate reroll.
This feels like a bit of a gamble
Or did
from
he?
Susumi's side.
What did he do there? Did he? Is that what I'm seeing? I'm seeing he missed. Hmm. Okay. So yeah, it was a. I think it was a gamble here. You're only at 2 power, and you're just gonna web swing back onto the point. Okay.
Maybe he was afraid that Black Cat would do a troublemaker into Peter, and
It.
you wanted to like get value out of his activation before that happens. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that he was. I think that it was just a case of he doesn't believe Fredrik is going to have significant impact on Zemo, and he's fine to just leave him there and like bait out maybe an attack into him, and therefore charge him up for a much stronger clapback from Zemo. So
Yeah. You could also argue that Susume's best possibility to get an extract off of Frederick is by killing someone with Simo.
yeah,
The characters that have to die is either Panther and Bill, so it's certainly not an easy task. But the likelihood of Black Cat getting close enough is quite slim. So, and I mean, you could always YOLO with Simo if the character you're attacking is already activated, and you can avoid the repercussions that way.
yeah.
Because otherwise, I agree. I was also expecting Simo to have activated by now.
Yeah, it's just like I'm playing against webs, and it's like they've got like oh my god, I'm just like seeing like all the steals that they have available to them, and it's just like a head. It's brutal, man. They got three for 10 points. You've got three models that can all spend 3 power and steal your 3 power in an action and just take your thing.
Yeah,
It's just
the
ridiculous.
key term there is 3 power.
Yeah, man. So that's I can understand why Frederick is like hesitating to like push into the team, especially when like the extracts can score out the game faster than the
Ooh,
secures, slightly. So,
is he forgetting the stealth on Spider-Woman here?
oh no, looks like he might be, but I guess we'll see. How much power does Shuri have? Does Shuri have enough to do her sonic attack? What is that? It's
I
four
think
and
that's
four.
4.
I mean, you could. Okay, I was gonna say maybe you could.
Ooh.
Yeah, that wouldn't work that line. Okay, so looks like he's. Oh, he's outside of two of Zemo, so no Master
Yeah,
Swordsman. But
so
he's about to get caught here.
yep. Womp womp.
Well, I mean the ceiling activation for Shuri anyway was just attacking into Zemo once or twice,
Yeah,
and it's like you getting
exactly. Shuri is a character that gets significantly better when you don't have prio.
Yeah. So even it like in even that like her ceiling of damage into Zemo getting 2 damage to him is probably like actually a bad thing to do. Like I think because like it just means that he can. Leif now has even more flexibility with like how he wants to operate Zemo. He could play the card to heal that 2 damage, or he
Yeah.
could and then like have the power to like you know what I mean. There's like there's really like doing nothing with Shuri here might actually have been the best line available to him on the board right now. Anyway.
Yep.
So now Shuri and Bill are now earning their and Panther are all there earning that extra VP for the paranoia the bonus VP. So it means that Panther could rotate and not lose the bonus unless the only other thing stopping that is Miles displacing probably Shuri, but we'll
Yeah.
see if that happens.
So if Zemo is looking to, I think, wouldn't a steel rush be better than a charge here, maybe? Because then you would attack Okoye outside of 2. Then again, I'm not sure the medium move would have gotten him to the point.
Yeah, maybe that's maybe the case. But so we did see him play the card I am a Baron, so he got him 2 extra power, which allowed him to charge. Okoye
Yep.
blocks 2. Let's see, the reroll comes in. He can reroll skulls because he's contesting an objective and with Miles, but
Mm.
no damage. Yeah, maybe that 6 dice attack would have been better, but either way, that was a whiff on Leaf's side. Oh man, another
Looks like
yeah.
another one.
Okoye is
Yeah.
tough. 3 blocks.
Yeah,
She's
I
bleeding.
mean, roll flanks with the reroll. It's rarely worth attacking her. At least within 2.
Yeah, though that martial artist is on a 2 threat
So that
makes it
was
tanky.
2 suboptimal activations in a row, one might say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Paranoia is the Schmidt in the chat. Paranoia is the big damage dealer.
Yeah. The only damage that's been dealt the entire game has been through the disturbances.
Yeah. Oh, I think Okoye must have taken one
Yeah,
somewhere,
she
right?
did. Yeah, she did. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah, from Peter originally, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, yes, yes, 3 out of 4 of the damage points that have that are on the characters there from the mission. This is a Schmid's kind of game, right? Isn't that right? You like when players just run around all game? Okay. Um, let's see. Let's see. Fredrik is gonna bring Black Cat in, looking like it. Neither Black Cat has an objective on them, so they're really trying to just like keep chasing the holders. And now there's 2 of them where they both spots, both paranoias are like clumped together on their home secure. So I think we're gonna see both Black Cats kind of dive in near the end of the round.
Question here is if Miles would be close enough to the western secure to web swing, attack Okoye, and then move back to his current position, fishing for the wild to throw her off point.
Looks like Fredrik is opting to attack into Peter. Looks like he didn't spend power, so this is just the 4 dice cat claws.
Trying to
Both.
harvest some of that power.
Right, and it's a block. Here we go again. Another no damage attack. It's 3 in a row. I'm counting. I don't know how many there were before that, but
Yeah,
um,
it's a pillow fight.
yeah, that's right.
Hmm.
All right, so now he's just repositioning her for next round. Yeah, I guess.
Do we think that Panther and Peter are positioned in such a way that Panther can move once, be within 2 of Spectacular Spider-Man, Wakanda Forever, and then move back?
I think so. It looks like it.
Not that it would be necessary for him to do so, because Bill has Shuri close enough to him. Although Miles could maybe Miles is the preferred last activation.
it does put them in a spot where they're both scoring two secures and uh, and two extracts plus the bonus on both sides. So
Hmm.
if it might he might be in a situation where he has to do that to maintain parity.
Yep.
Okoye could pay as well and do something. Um, and let's see if Miles ends up close to them. I doubt I think he'll just come back to this point, like you're saying.
So if Miles manages to hit the wild here, throw Shuri off the point, um, that would sort of lock Black Panther in place in order to have the. Not necessarily. He could just move up to be within two of Black Cat instead.
Okay, let's see if this attack
Oh,
is a tickler. Man, that's funny. All right, one
yeah,
damage with rerolls, maybe. Okay, yep, there's a
no,
reroll.
yeah.
All right,
That
so
that one power is pretty important because otherwise Miles would have had a really bad round three.
yeah, that's right. He would have been just stuck there, basically. Feather punch. That's right.
Another activation that didn't achieve much.
Yeah, that's. I think we're seeing the like this is the power creep where the spiders are hoping to get, right? Every round they're gonna get a little more power, a little more power. Ideally, I
Yep.
mean Miles just had to spend two to get one, so it's a little backwards this right now. But here's a double move from Panther. Let's see if we see. So he's gonna win this point. He doesn't even need to play the card. I think
No.
that, yeah. And so now
Uh,
that Miles going last here, I think you mentioned that like Miles might have gone last that way because he had the only last displacement left available.
yep. I
So
agree.
it allowed Panther to rotate and not have to worry about losing the home Frederick's home secure.
I mean, I suppose you could. I mean, uh, hard to see any real useful activation for Cat here. Perhaps setting up for a steal next round by going to stand next to Bill. On the other hand, that's quite dangerous because Brace has been played and there's a size 3 right next to Bill now.
Yeah, that's 4 damage coming in. That'd be rough, right, Black Hat? Man, yeah, I agree. It would be trouble for her.
So I think Miles would have been a much better last activation for Susumi here.
Suzumi, we haven't mentioned this, but if you've played against him, you'll know that he knows a lot of his measurements.
Yep.
He knows how to use the tools in ways that are unorthodox. They're not used in their how they appear on the surface. I think we saw the range 5 and the long move tool out here because I think the range 5 must be close to a long move plus a the leap or the little jump that she can do. Um, and so yeah, he knows how to use the tools in ways other than just their obvious uses.
Yeah, because if he would be able to contest that point, the northern point, so to speak, then that would take 1 point off of Frederick's hands,
Wow, it
which
looks like
would
he's
in
looking to
fact,
yeah.
yeah, which would in fact mean that Tsumi scores 5 and Frederick only scores 4, if my math is correct.
That's yeah, there you go. There's the
Not,
hey,
yeah, not a bad move.
there's that one VP at the end of the round you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go. Very valuable last activation there. And
Yeah, I'm actually impressed that he managed to pull that one out because Black Cat was looked to be in a pretty bad position, given that she wasn't close enough to do a steal and she doesn't have a displace. which is why I was arguing that Miles would have been better last activation. But this works.
Yeah, it was more I guess like what I guess what I'm trying to think of like what would have happened if Fredrik did something different. Could Fredrik have done anything
Yeah.
different to stop that? If he activated if he activated Black Cat first, yeah, I guess like it's interesting because that
Part
Leaf,
it's
yeah, it's
basically
tricky.
it's basically the curse of having prio.
Yeah.
When both players aim to score out, then the player without prio will always be favored.
Okay, so let's see. We're gonna have to we're gonna watch these rolls to see if they get pushed at all. Hit and wild or crit and wild are what push you and gain you power. There's Bill getting some
Hmm.
power. Interesting. That's Bill needed that. He was stuck on 2 and not being able to displace anybody. So that was really good for him. He needed that. We have a few more games in the top cut coming up. I think we're over the halfway mark in terms of games played. So I think we have 3 games being played at the same time on Sunday. What are the odds? And I'm trying to get at least 2 of them recorded. So we'll see how that goes. And then I've got my game against Mike DeLuca that's happening on I think it's happening tonight, but it'll happen at some point. And then a couple more games throughout the week coming up. So I'm hoping to get those recorded too. But yeah, this is
Nice.
a lot of good games, a lot of great players. There's I don't know,
I'm glad
maybe
you're never on the lazy side.
yeah. There's this I feel like this maybe it's because I know more players and I know who they are because I've seen them or like I've just been more involved with like more than just like the people like my close group of players that I talk to more often. But maybe it's that, or maybe what I think it is that this season just has an extra punch of strong players that have made it. Um, or players are just getting better in general. I think that that's probably the case too. It's so whoever wins this season, man, major props because this is looks like there's a lot of it's very tough.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, I always play in the European bracket, and I feel like every game there is like it's such a Shark Tank.
Yeah, it's I
I mean,
it does look like that.
basically the top half of that league is are players that have won an event at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, it does look very intimidating in that bracket, especially
Yeah.
when you're in like this spot where it's like you're halfway through the league and the top half of the yeah, exactly. It's like no matter what who you get paired into,
Yep.
it's gonna be just absolutely brutal. I think that there's also a lot of players that are newer or like maybe this is their first or second league that are also like that are really strong that have I don't want to say like coming out of nowhere but like um, they haven't been a known player, but they're really showing off their skills on the game. So we're just finishing up the rolls here. It looks like with
Oh my
Leaf
God,
getting.
Kusumi's Black Cat is getting pushed again.
Nah, she definitely has enough power to leap and steal and move if she
Sure,
wants if
sure.
she can get it. This last
I
one,
think we have to give some props to Sumi here. Even though he's been struggling to have big activations, he has managed to keep the score down, even taking a slight lead. I think it's highly likely that we're seeing a fourth round this game. and this is when we're starting to close in on the time when Suzume's characters are gonna get to have those big activations.
Yes, yeah, they're Spider Woman and Miles are just one power away from from forcing an extract drop.
Yep.
And Black Cat's already there. Yeah, both Black Cats on both sides are both at 5 power, so they're both looking to take very soon. Patrick says the central bracket was ridiculous this season. Yeah, I think there's there were a lot of great players in the central bracket too. I moved over to the central bracket for the first time. I uh, I had never made cuts on an odd season number before, and every even number season I played in, I made it to the finals. So it's very roller coaster situation here. But so this is the I broke that unlucky streak on odd seasons by making it into cut for season 13.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got Fredrik needing to make something happen here to switch to ideally get last activation. What do we think he does here? Does he go into spectacular? He's got 4 power and Panther, so he can
Um,
mantle and leap.
yeah,
Uh,
that's not a bad plan. There's also the terrain piece to backstop Peter when he strikes him. However, Panther is also a an activation that gets more and more impactful the later in the round he goes. Then again, Suzume's Black Cat is sitting there with a pile of power, and she can stagger him to soften the blow later.
yeah, that's that is tricky. I don't see any obvious decisions here to make.
No, me neither. Possibly like something like going with Okoye, double spear shooting Simo, hoping to get lucky with some rerolls. He's not close enough to use Master Swordsman, and Okoye is a somewhat uh, uninteresting activation overall anyway. So basically using her as a virtual pass that could have a lucky spike and get Simo away.
Yeah, that makes sense too, especially because let's say you are able to take out one of the other spiders um and get and earn the last activation this round. The problem is that
Exactly.
it can be countered immediately by just dazing a Koye, and then you're in a
Yep.
spot where it's like now you've so yeah, I think that it does make a lot of sense to consider that um because otherwise you would just lose last activation again if that was your goal.
So Okoye might get taken down anyway. I think Simo is easily within 3 and can do a steel rush to get through her defenses. And that would really, I mean, if she doesn't activate now and then gets dazed, that would really cause a tough time for Fredrik to have the last activation.
Yeah, exactly. It would just mean he only would have 3 activations left after whatever he does this round,
Yeah.
and yeah, Suzumi would get
Because
that
if
extra. Oh,
Okoye
that'd be
goes
tough.
down activated, if Okoye goes down activated, then that's fine.
Yeah,
I'd even say Suzume would be almost wasting actions going for her. She's not holding an extract. She's already activated, so
yeah.
I mean, sure, she's on a point, but
I mean, I think the it's tricky because Panther. Yeah, like if he doesn't do anything with Panther, it's like he could just steal. Black Cat's like ceiling for Leif is like stagger Panther and steal his piece.
Hmm.
which is like it's pretty brutal, especially when you can't really do. You just got your pounce and your one attack without rerolls into her to try to flip it back, which is like it's putting you in a probably below 50% chance
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
get it.
Frederick is certainly fearing Black Cat's steal here. Then again, if he should move Panther, actually, if he puts Panther next to Okoye, Okoye could always bodyguard the if Spider Woman tries to do a spender after having generated one more power by doing a builder into something.
Another thing that Leaf could be eyeing up here is if Panther stayed there, Peter could have double attacked to gain 2 power and then played all webbed up on both Panther and Black Cat, which would have been
Mm,
devastating for any sort of rotation or it
yep,
just would have been. I think it would have been brutal if that happened. So this overall
absolutely.
seems like a reasonable activation.
Yeah. Playing all webbed up just to have the slow put on uh, Frederick's characters could potentially be really impactful.
It looks like we have a complete block from Spider Woman, but she does get pushed before damage. So another.
I bet. I mean,
Oh,
this is a time when as the Web Warriors player, would almost like to re-roll one of the blocks to take one damage.
yeah, maybe, but it is very I don't know what to say. Like, we're in round 3, and the Wakandans still haven't dealt a single point of damage to the spiders.
Yeah,
It's just, oh man.
that's true.
Yeah, yeah. So, oh man,
Well, the Shuri did 1 point of damage to Simo, right?
I thought Zemo took the damage from the picking up the piece. Did he? Did he? He blocked. He
No,
blocked
he
all
did.
that.
He blocked
Yeah,
it. He blocked it.
yeah,
You're right. You're right.
yeah. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. Wakanda occasionally. That's good. Okay, yeah. So Panther's done. But yes, he's out of range of the steel. It looks like, and he's got a Koye to body block. If he on a steel attack.
Hmm. Yeah, and Spider Woman would have to move in order to get that through. So um, having one damage go through would have been very beneficial for Susumi there, because that would have allowed Spider Woman to walk and spender.
Yeah.
Well, sure, it would have gone into Okoye, but maybe Simo can take care of her.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, the thing too is that Miles can also display. We have mission objective online too with Panther, and that's probably
Mm,
maybe that's why he saved the 2 power and didn't mantle into Jessica because
possibly.
So I think that Miles could also displace Okoye here, and that would ruin the mission objective opportunity available to for Panther.
Yeah, I don't think he was aiming for damage at all there. I think he was just aiming for the displace. So not doing damage is.
Yeah.
I bet he didn't mind that. But yeah, the steel rush into Okoye seems to be an option.
All right. Yep. That will that'll mess with Frederick's defensive plans on this secure. So let's see if he gets damage through.
No blocks.
He's got Wakanda and the innate if he remembers it. He didn't remember it last time.
Looks like he is re-rolling.
All right, so he had 2 rerolls. All right, so he takes 1 damage and he's already bleeding. So
No,
whoa.
he's taking 3 because she is only counting blanks within 2.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Ouch.
That's it. Simo's gonna be able to attack Panther too if he desires.
Yeah, that's right.
Or could he get to a point with a medium move? I mean, a medium move plus a long move, perhaps
Did
free up
Baron Zemo
Miles.
spend for that? I don't see him spending for that. Maybe he did up here.
I,
I think he. Okay, hold on.
I
There it is.
think
Okay, there
he
it is.
was.
He did spend for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was sitting on a pile of power after getting pushed.
Right. Right. Okay. So here's the medium move off of the spender.
Mm-hmm. Maybe try to. Yeah, he wants to preferably backstop himself if Wakanda Forever is played.
Okay, looks like he's missing. He missed that backstop. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he isn't seeing it. But he did put him like towards the
Mm.
inside, so that if he does get displaced, it'll be like towards. It won't be away from the scenarios.
Yeah.
All
Looks
right.
like he spent for Master Swordsman there.
Yep, he does get to re-roll skulls, so this is really strong for Leif. He means he's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
punch through some damage here.
2 skulls on Panther though.
Yep.
That's not good.
Oh, he's got
So
5 with a.
ooh,
This is the
this is
final re-roll on Zemo. It could go to 6. It goes to 6. Panther takes 4,
3,
3,
3.
and a bleed.
Yep.
Oh man, that's
Spider
tough.
Woman could potentially finish the job, especially because he can use the I don't fly, I glide to get within 2 of Zemo and have rerolls.
Yep. 5 energy, and Panther's only rolling 3. With 3 counting blanks, which is obvious. I mean, we just saw it with Okoye. Did Panther pay for a reroll? I would be surprised if he did. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, must have, I think it did convert to an extra one. Okay,
Mm.
so Fredrik is, I think he's setting up. He needs to set up a backup mission objective is what I think is he's looking at. He's considering.
Yep. Which this is an interesting change of pace because now Fredrik is, even though he is has priority, he is now the player reacting to Suzumi's moves.
Yeah. Looks like he's looking at the hop here to get on the point, and he'll have enough to steal from Zemo. So I think
Ooh,
that's going to be really good for him. But it doesn't ruin any sort of mission objective idea that could have come up. But I mean, it does either way. You're like it's more proactive, I guess, approach by just taking that
yeah.
piece from him.
Yeah, I mean, Spider-Woman can always fluff her dice going into Panther,
Yes,
or if
exactly.
she decides to go into Black Cat, but Panther is probably way easier to get down at this point in time.
Yeah, I mean, we could also see just like this other spiders just swarm the other 3 points. I mean, they already are on the 2 in the middle, and uh,
Hmm.
and so we could just see like if Bill rotates or Bill starts moving in to the other side or does something else, um, you could see Miles just jump into where I don't know, like after Shuri activates or one of them as the last activation, you can potentially move in with Miles and displace Shuri or Bill off the points. Maybe Bill's a little harder with the aggressive, but um, yeah, there's lots of different options available to
Yeah,
Leaf here.
I bet Leif would really like to have Panther go down before um, playing Wakanda Forever.
Yeah,
There could also be the proactive. I mean, Fredrik currently has 3. He's potentially scoring 4 from extracts, possibly 1 or 2 from secures, which would put Leaf in a position. So think Fredrik as thing, unless something happens with the extract, he's probably scoring 5 this round.
right.
Suzumi is probably scoring at least 4. but perhaps not more than that.
The one thing that I would be concerned about with Wakanda Forever is Zemo has that retaliatory. How do you say that word? The
Yeah,
clapback on the it could
yeah, the
just
Counter
daze
Strike.
Panther, Counter Strike, and then you could just
Yeah,
daze Panther
I was
on the
also thinking of maybe what if Suzumi moves his Black Cat, does a troublemaker into Panther, leaving him staggered and with one health left,
Oh man.
going into round four.
Yeah, it means he has to shake both those conditions to live. That's his
Yeah,
activation. Yeah,
yeah. So
that
if
would be pretty
if he could
rough.
somehow work around not needing to take an extract off of Panther this round, that could be a powerful move going into round four.
Yeah, yeah, that is fair. It looks like Miles did a move action is within 3 of Panther. So he is considering um I think he's considering doing an attack looking for a wild on Panther to displace him off the points. Um okay. He's eyeing up the steal on. Let's see if he gets the wild. I think he's looking for the wild here. Yep. The wild gets the throw on Panther, which would push him off of the point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on. He's okay, yeah. It didn't pay for web swing. That was a move action, so he's still considering if he does a web swing to boost his attack dice to 6. But right now he's doing 4 dice attack. It looks like. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I think Leif has done a bunch of
Why
4 dice attacks, and he hasn't got a single wild on any of Peter's attacks, and Miles hasn't rolled a wild yet. I don't think so.
did he
Um,
get greedy and was hoping to have a wild plus no damage into Panther? Like getting him off the
mm,
point and keeping him on low health for round four?
I think so. Like that seems like the only argument for not having done it in the order where you web swing in and do the attack.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think you're right that he was maybe it was a greedy play, but yeah, he web swings back onto the point instead. Okay,
I'm
so
not
we
even
have a
sure who's better, the better displays here. If even kicking Cat would have been a better move here.
yeah, I think that the only reason maybe you go into Panther is because you have the ability to explode your crits and you got that extra 12.5% chance of hitting the
Mm-hmm.
wild kind of thing.
Yeah.
um, so yeah, we're probably getting a pass. We probably got a pass activation from Fredrik. That's why we're
Mm-hmm.
seeing Leif get to go again. This is the benefit for dazing Okoye before she got to activate. He gets back to back activations.
Mm-hmm. So now he basically has to kill Panther, I think. He will have a reroll.
Yeah, so 5 dice energy with a reroll, and then Black Cat or Peter are gonna be able to pick up this piece because I think Shuri might be too far away. He gets it. Looks like no matter what, even with the reroll, he's gonna go down.
Yep. But doink. That's huge.
Yeah. So now he's winning the secure, and he's winning and he is now has stopped Fredrik from having 3 extracts.
Exactly. Fredrik is now more likely to go to let's score 4 points, go to 12, I think.
So one thing
Shuri
that
is
we
limited in what she can do because everything. I mean, I'm having a hard time seeing her pushing Simo off of that point. Miles has stealth. She could possibly move to within 3 of Miles, but that would make it hard for Bill to get the bonus VP.
yeah. So
Ooh,
one thing that
aggressive.
we need to make sure we consider is that Spider-Woman can play Interrogate and get a bonus VP.
That too, and that is certainly online. Can Suzumi even win this round?
Well, he's gonna score 3 points on the extracts and 2 points on the secure. I don't think he can win this round. He's gonna score two
I
secures,
think
five,
I'm not sure.
six.
I mean,
Ooh, he
let's
could.
say,
Miles could. Yeah, I think he
yeah,
can if Miles displaces Beta Ray Bill off the point. Um.
Miles is already activated, but
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, if he activates Black Cat now, she double moves to grab the
Yeah.
disturbance. Then Peter goes last,
Yeah.
moves up, webline, impact webbings Shuri off the point, and then web swings either back or to her point.
Yeah. And that
That
would get
would
2 secures for Leaf. It would get him three. It would
still
get
not
him
enough, right?
5 points and six. It would get him
Yeah.
6 total, which puts him at 15. So
Yep, that's not enough.
the only way it would work
No.
is if he was able to swing onto Shuri's point, which seems out of range. But also, Frederick can prevent this by putting Shuri in a spot that blocks line of sight on Spectacular.
Yep,
Um,
that too. And I mean, if he could get his Black Cat back onto a point with grappling hook. Oh wait, it can work.
yeah, she'll just have to.
Unless Shuri does what you suggested and puts herself out of line of sight behind the size 3 ruins there. Either way, he's gonna be in a commanding position going into round 4. Suzume, that is.
Okay. All right. Well, I see him. So if he goes, he wants to go with. Oh, sorry, I missed. Oh, my bad. I was mixing up who goes who. Okay, yeah. So Shuri has to go here, and has to go and yeah. I think the out here is
I
blocking
think,
line of sight.
yeah, because I think Shuri wants to be within. If Shuri leaves the point, then Suzume wins.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe Fredrik is forgetting about interrogate. Because even if Shuri stays on the point and moves to outside of line of sight, I still think Peter double moves to that point to contest it. But
Uh-oh.
uh,
Wakanda
I hope
Forever.
he's. I
Wakanda
hope he.
Forever
Yeah,
is the
sure.
only out here then.
Yep. But he needs to get within 3 of Spider Woman, and
Oh
that
no, oh no. That looks not.
could be within 3. Could be within 3.
Oh, he didn't. He's
But
not playing
it's
Wakanda
not.
Forever. Oh no.
Okay, so the game's over. Then
He missed interrogate. Oh man,
yeah.
that's a bummer.
Well,
That's a
Suzume
bummer.
can also screw up here, but
Yeah, okay, of course.
or
Maybe they
some,
both forget it, but
perhaps he doesn't get to the point. Perhaps 2 medium
ah,
moves is not enough with the.
maybe you might be right. Maybe it is. Maybe that's what Frederick was measuring.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, if anyone can make sure beforehand, it's Suzume.
Yeah, yeah, that's very fair. Yeah, so I think that if like Shuri was in range 4 of after a medium move here, like that range 3 place tool is slightly longer than the medium tool, and so
Yep.
that probably does get him in, but maybe 2 medium tools doesn't get him in. That
In
terrain,
general, you're within range with 2 medium moves if you're inside the diamond, so to speak,
yeah.
inside the sort of.
Oh, I think he gets there. I think he gets there. Yeah, look at that.
Ooh,
That's
yeah, easy. Yep, that's it.
all right. So the question is, does he remember interrogate? I mean, I believe he does. I mean, that's Yep, there it is. Game over.
Yep, there
Yeah,
it
he
is.
just
Game
pointed
over.
out. Yeah, he got caught on
Nice.
that. Oh man, there you go. Interrogate for get you the. We're gonna jump into their chat in a sec. Let's just make sure they confirm they get to 16 points here. Oh yeah, so he's they're talking about. I think they're talking about the out, which was Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, exactly. If Fredrik would have displaced Spider-Woman, that would have given him, it would have denied 1 point,
Probably two with the
2 point.
interrogate not being
Yeah,
online.
two
Yeah.
with interrogate and the point, and then Fredrik would have scored 4. Susume would have scored 5. So we would have had a 14-12 situation. So not great, but still a chance.
Well, either way,
Fallback.
Shuri would have. Oh, Shuri moved within. She should have moved within 2 of Black Cat, and then Wakanda Forever, Spider Woman, and that would have meant that she
Hmm.
could have. I don't think she would have won the point, but she would
Yeah,
have.
I'm not sure if he had the move to get within 1, but maybe.
So, well, I mean, like even if you don't get within 1, you get within 2 for the bonus point on Black Cat. All right,
Yeah,
so all right, well,
instead of Bill.
let's jump into their chat on the
Yep,
channel.
Doing stuff now.
Yeah.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for
Hello
letting
there.
us stream the game. That was a very scenario heavy game, which was really fun to watch. Paranoia doing most of the damage for the first 2.5 rounds of the game. Fredrik, what were your thoughts on the matchup and your squad coming into before the game started?
I don't like Shuri that much here since she can't really stand on a B point and push him, but I felt that I kind of wanted Bill and Cat, and then I'm more or less forced into Shuri on 16. Well, it's not fun seeing 3 steals on the other side, but I felt that if I could get, like, I was happy with my early game with Bill throwing the size 4 and baiting out the brace, or not baiting, but getting the brace out. And I felt that then I could possibly start pouncing into people with Panther and throw stuff with Bill and start the attrition from there. But then made a couple of mistakes and Leif more or less outplayed me.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Leif, you had what we saw was a triple affiliated roster with Shield and Web Warriors, and I don't remember the last one.
Cabal.
Cabal, yeah.
Cabal. It's Master of the World.
Yeah, that's
Very cool roster. So it's your when you build a roster, is it like do you always go for minimum 3 affiliations?
No, it just ends up that way. It's a 2 like the. I am tempted to put in a shield card, but it does not have one at the moment. The real
Well, there's
advantage,
Eye in
I
the
guess,
Sky.
being shield. Yeah, I know. Is just eye in the sky every round would be the reason to do it.
So yeah, we thought you'd. Were you considering Nick Fury at all? We know you play him a lot, and so what were your thoughts on bringing this squad versus, or what were you thinking with the roster,
Okay.
the crisis that came up?
I was pretty happy with the combo. I wanted to keep Fredrik to as low a points as possible because Spirit sort of gets exponentially bonkers the more threat they get to put on the table. So ending up at 16 was fine with me. Fury is amazing on even numbered extracts when you have prio, because he steals you the lead there, and amazing on odd numbered when you don't. Like, Fury does not make a difference in this play, right? Like, Fredrik takes 1, Fury goes and grabs 2, and then Fredrik takes the last one. So there's no upside to him over just running more spiders, more steals.
Right.
I was pretty happy with the setup. Cosmic Vaults are pretty good for spiders because it's win-win for them. Some ways you'd almost rather fail the vault most of the time. because 2 power in exchange for displacement is fine.
You put a Zemo in the middle of the board for the grab, and he stayed there for a while. You didn't activate him for you held his activation for a little while. Were you worried about him being there at all, or were you just going to? Were you expecting to just take a couple points of damage and then be able to retaliate with that power?
I figured turn 2, I'd either play I'm a Baron to get to one of the points, or if something came into me, I'd have the power to just charge to whatever point I wanted and hang out there. Because he was in range. He was in a simple charge of all 3 of these points.
Right.
So I figured it was fine for him to hang out. He has 4 wounds. Panther didn't have enough power to pounce at that point. So Panther would have to walk, Builder, hope to do damage to pounce. Which leaves Panther just hanging in the middle of the table. And I had a steal on Black Cat, and I didn't figure that Panther was going to do that. So I'm like, I'm not in a lot of danger because I don't think he wants to hang a model in the middle here to fight Zemo, because Zemo's just going to bug out, right? And if he does a throw, like Bill did into him, I'm like, I got brace. It should be okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. It was I don't want to say, like, you rotated, both players rotated really effectively. I think this would have been a little different if you didn't get that extra power on the Black Cat round 2 Cosmic Portal, because then basically you basically got your own Spirit of Wakanda impact on the board. Because of course Fredrik had the option available to him to just like take from Jessica right away, and by having the response be to take from Bill, was just like
exactly.
It was just a problem. It was just a problem for Fredrik. So Huggy, do you have any questions for the players?
Yeah, I was. We were discussing a potential move. I mean, it's obviously there opened up a chance for you, Suzume, to grab the win already now in round 3, but certain things had to go your way for that to happen. Did you ever consider going in and doing a troublemaker to Panther, leaving him staggered down on 1 health going into round 4?
Kind of. I wanted to rotate Cat to this point because I was figuring, like at that point, I was already tallying things up in my head, and I'm like, Shuri either stays here, and if Shuri moves too far forward, Spider-Man can walk. I could take yet another shot at Roll a Wild for displacement. I think I failed 4 of those so far, so I felt due. And if I got the Wild for displacement, then it would just be the same deal, right? Shuri would just be over here, and I just swing onto the point. And even if I didn't, I still swing on and tie it, and I know I'm going to 15-11 at that point because Fredrik would have had 1 less. And I'm not super worried about what Panther, like, I don't think Panther's going to take out all my dudes.
Sure he would.
Maybe, like, but even if Panther kills both of those, I'm still up 4 points and only need 1 to score out.
I missed the interrogate completely, so that's why we ended this round. Otherwise, I'm not sure. Maybe I could have done a place with Bill here and put Shuri there and do the Wakanda Forever. Do the Wakanda Forever to push her there, and then you would have had some trouble getting there with him. So that would have made a big difference.
Yeah, I don't.
But,
we discussed that line, and would have ended up with a 14-12 situation for Suzume going into round 4.
That's better than 16-12.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
No, but it would have been 13-12, right? If Suzume had gone here, he would have missed 1 point from the. He wouldn't have gotten the bonus point. He wouldn't have gotten the interrogate, and he wouldn't have gotten this one.
Yeah.
So it would have been a 3-point difference if I'd.
You would have been. Okay. So you wouldn't have gotten the bonus anywhere. Yeah, no. That makes sense.
Yeah, I have to choose between getting the
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a huge mistake from my part. But I still think you had the advantage the upper hand. But well, I was a bit displeased to forget the interrogator.
Yeah, well, anyway, guys, thank you very much for letting us stream the game. That was a lot of fun to commentate over, and congrats to both of you guys for making it in a top cut. It was a hard road to get here, and so yeah, so props to making it into this event. And then Leif, congratulations on winning and advancing into the top 16. So hopefully we get a chance to watch that game as well.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, Leif.
Thanks.
And we'll catch you guys next time.
See you.
Later.
All right. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thanks to Huggy Bear for joining me on commentary. I know we're missing Norbert this week, so I got you half of the dynamic duo, and that was a lot of fun. So hopefully, I think I have another game to stream tomorrow around 3 o'clock, and I might be playing my game later this evening. So we'll see you next time. Catch you later.